Hey everybody, welcome back to Standing on Sports. Today is the Thanksgiving special. So
Mm.
thankful Sean. Matt's not here. Thankful for Matt. He's in the Bahamas. That's also kind of why we're doing this format.
Oh, what
We're
is he
just
in the
doing.
Bahamas?
Yeah, he told us that. Yeah, he's in the
I know.
Bahamas.
I
Yeah, he's
thought he
at
was
like
in
a.
Jamaica.
Oh wait, maybe he is in Jamaica. He's somewhere down there. And at like a private resort or something like that, or all inclusive. So he's having a good time, but was didn't want to hop on. Actually, he did
Yeah.
suggest that he could hop on, but just for old time's sake, just being us two, like we could throw it back a little bit with before we get started, like a little life topic. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So nothing crazy, but Sean, who'd you vote for?
Who I vote for? Well, if you
No,
really want to know, I didn't vote, so there's that.
oh well, the truth's out. Okay, I was joking. Um, no, I was gonna ask you. I think I haven't asked you a while about like your workout. I see you've on Strava, you've been running and everything, but
Yeah.
Everything going well, lifestyle wise?
It's
Fitness?
it's it's something, dude. I feel like starting work and like it's hard to keep consistent, you know. But
Yeah.
I I do enjoy running more than working out. So I've been trying to do like 2 to 3 times a week, little weekend long run. Trying to
Yeah.
do that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, that was kind of my thing as well. Like, I mean, I thought with work it'd be easier, and it is kind of in a way with like there's already a routine. It's just I have less free time overall. Um, but I think I was focusing too much on like running and lifting, where I was doing like not enough of both to actually see results. So right now I'm like just focusing on lifting, and I wanted to like incorporate more running as I go. That's kind of like
Yeah.
where my headspace is at with
I,
that.
I will say something that's not. This isn't motivational. Um,
Okay.
I just wanted to preface that. So I work out at Planet Fitness, right? Now,
Me
don't
too.
you work out at Planet? Okay, yeah. Is
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
Planet Fitness like also like okay? So I go like I get off work around like 3 o'clock. So I'm there around like quarter to four to like 4:45. There's just some weird things going on, you
Well, I mean, yeah.
know?
Have you seen like all those memes? But yeah, no, it definitely shocked me when I first started going. Like that, those like things are real. Like people using machines, like how they're not supposed to be used, or like things I've seen people do on the cables that like I didn't know were possible. I guess
I
like
saw someone yesterday. I was at the gym, and those like the lat pull downs.
I think you're about to say the thing I was gonna say, but yeah.
I saw someone. I don't think so. I saw someone stand on them, put the rope on it, turn around, and do like the tricep extensions, like standing on the seat. And
What the?
I was like, there's four sets of cables like open.
No, that's wild. I've seen someone on the lap pull down. Like I've seen this multiple times. It's always the same person because like going around the same time, I always like see kind of the same people. Don't talk to
Yeah.
them, but I recognize them, and they like max out the lat pull down machine, and they jump on it like this. Like this is the bar, and they're like pushing it down like this, and
Oh
then
my
like they're
god.
pushing it down like with all their weight, and then they like hang on it, and it brings them up because it's like on the max setting, and they do that like 5 times or whatever. But like the first time I saw that, I was like, "What the world?" Now I'm like unfazed by it. It's just another day.
Yeah.
But I will say, Planet Fitness isn't. I mean, for $10 a month, it's honestly not that bad. The only
That's what I'm
complaint I have
saying. For like $10 is like, you
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah. It's not bad. Like, the only complaint I have is that now that it's being colder out, it's, like, dummy hot inside. It is, I'm, like, I normally sweat,
Hmm.
like, when I lift, but usually not too much. I feel like maybe when I do legs, but, like, I'm sweating, like, as soon as I walk in, and I'm, like, dripping in sweat
Hmm.
afterwards. But, I mean, you can't blame too much. It's $10 a month. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. No, cool, good life topic. Sick. Alright, so
We
now we're
could
gonna talk
never
about.
talk about that with Matt.
Yeah, no, no way. He
He doesn't
doesn't know
even
the
work
Planet Fitness
out.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so we're gonna talk about what week just happened in college football? Week 12? Week 13? Week 13.
Well, yeah, beat person. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just happened. And okay,
And
the games
yeah,
were crazy. Okay, so we were talking about last episode about how
what we
South
needed
Carolina
to
could have a
happen.
chance to like make the playoff, and we were like, it's a long shot, da 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 da.
It's not that
But
long
yeah, but
anymore.
it's not like it's honestly not a long shot anymore. Like I mean, in my
No.
opinion, I mean we're gonna see tonight because we're recording this on Tuesday, so the playoff rankings come out at 7 p.m. tonight. Um, I'm FaceTiming my dad, so we have live reactions for it. Anyways,
Wow.
yeah, no, pretty cool, pretty sentimental. But I think that we like legitimately have a shot. Like I'm way too optimistic about it, where it's gonna like break my heart if we don't, or if we lose to Clemson even more. Um, but I think we have a shot. Because I mean, okay, let's talk about the game. Like who lost? So A&M lost right in front of us. Colorado, BYU, Indiana got blown out. Ole Miss lost. Alabama lost.
Alabama. Yeah.
So, and I think I was listening to another podcast actually about the same situation. They were talking about South Carolina, and I mean, the cultural playoff committee in the past, they have way more recency bias than like the AP poll and whatnot. Like we lost to Ole Miss and Alabama like 6, 7 weeks ago, maybe 8 weeks ago. So we're the team that's looking better right now, even though they did beat us. That's things that they've done in the past. Like for example, last year when not Georgia, Alabama made it in over an undefeated Florida State. Like they care a lot more about like what you've done than
I'm glad you brought that up because
okay.
I saw somewhere that like Quinn Ewers is getting like an MRI and he could be like injured. And someone said like, okay, well if he's out for the rest of the year, should they make the playoffs, right? Because Florida State was undefeated. They lost their quarterback and they're out for the year. So like, what's different? You know?
Well, honestly, this is the first I'm hearing of that. But I think Texas is the only team that like shouldn't affect because I think that between Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning, they have like two of the best quarterbacks in college
No,
football.
and I get that, but it's at the same time, it's also putting a precedent that like they don't care about any school outside of like the SEC, right?
I don't think it puts the president out there just because it is Arch Manning and we've seen what he can do, and like we know he's a top pick. But if it was like another SEC school who like I mean like if it was Georgia, I couldn't tell you the name of the Georgia's backup
I
quarterback
don't know.
or like even the guy behind Jalen Milrow. Honestly, who even is the? Oh wait, no, I do know the Gamecocks backup quarterback. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I mean, I don't think. I think if it's Texas, it's okay. Any other school, I'd probably say no. But that's
Yeah,
interesting. I know
no,
that.
I just think it's I don't know. I go back to like I feel like Florida State should have been like yes they got destroyed by Georgia. I'm not saying they didn't,
Hmm.
but at the same time, if you go undefeated in the Power Five at the time, like I feel like you should get in, right? Like we're about to watch a
Yeah,
one-loss Indiana team get in, and their strength of schedule was worse than Florida State's last year.
I think the only thing, and I do like this about the committee because it's kind of like you take what you can get. Like some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. But the thing with Florida State, at least, is I mean they didn't get in, obviously, but I think the committee cares more about putting the 12 best teams in. Like it's not like a deserving point. It's like
Well,
who are
then
the best teams,
well on that talking point, then Indiana doesn't deserve to be in.
I agree. I don't think they should.
They are not a top 12 best team.
Oh, 100% not. And I
Their
think
best win is
I mean
against 6-5 Michigan.
the playoff committee could show that. But at the same time, this year is different as well cuz like I feel like there isn't like besides Oregon and even they have had their like rocky games like there is not a top dog team this year like at all. Like I feel like you could say in years past there are like four teams that are better than the rest, but every team in the nation has had a bad game. Oregon
Yeah.
just still won their bad games, all of their bad games. Clemson's had bad games, Georgia's had bad games, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Northern Illinois, Penn State really hasn't had a good game, but they don't play anybody.
Dude, they
So,
almost lost to Minnesota.
dude, I know. I wish they did. That would have
The
been even
same
more chaotic.
Minnesota team, I bring this up again, that lost to North Carolina.
Shout out. Oh, I saw y'all lost Wake. You know who'd y'all lose to?
Boston College, bad.
Nice, nice. Sorry to bring that up, but I had to. But okay, I'm gonna pull up the AP poll. I really hope the cultural playoff committee doesn't do this. I don't think they will. At least I'd hope not. Share
While you're doing
screen.
that, North Carolina fired their head coach, Matt Brown.
Oh yeah, I saw. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he
It
was
was
like the what the
necessary.
the most winning. He's probably done. You think
Yeah,
with
he's
coaching?
like 74. I don't see him restarting anywhere.
That's crazy. Okay, the one thing I really do not like about these rankings, um, is how did Arizona State go up 7? This is the AP poll, but how did Arizona
Yeah.
State go up 7 spots for being BYU? Like, are you joshing me right now?
Okay,
Are you
well,
joking?
I will. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, right? They're a two-loss team, and if we're talking about recency bias, Arizona State hasn't lost a game in like 6 games. So like, they are on a roll. They control their own destiny. If they win on Friday, Saturday, they're in the Big 12
Yeah,
championship. So I think what they're doing, and yeah, you and me talked about this a little bit at work, right? The four buys are the top four conference winners, right? So it doesn't have to be Boise State. I think what the AP is trying to do is they're putting Arizona State in the like, okay, Arizona State beats Arizona this weekend, then they beat Iowa State. This is a team, right? They beat a 10-2 Iowa State. That would probably be top 15, I imagine, because Clemson or USC would lose, and then someone else would probably lose.
yeah,
Anyway, um, that would triumph Boise State at 11. And so Boise State would be like the 12th seed or whatever.
yeah. That's fair. I mean, I get that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't really understand. Like, I understand South Carolina has 3 losses, but them jumping us when like we've had the momentum, like we have the longest active winning, we have the longest winning streak in the SEC. Like we're on a roll, dude. It's so good to be a Gamecock fan right now. Like the Gamecocks have been on fire, and then also, okay, we were 1 spot behind. I think in the AP poll we were 2 spots behind Clemson, but they went up 5, blew out
Okay,
Citadel.
that I don't get. You eat
We went up
Citadel and you
3.
go up. Yeah.
Like what?
I don't I don't know. I think
Like I'm saying, right?
realistically, like obviously these don't matter. And
Hmm.
I think last week it was like a good indicator of the college football playoffs, but this week I don't see that happening. I don't
I
think you
agree.
can. I think, like you said, they look at recency more, and I think Clemson and South Carolina will be back to back ranked. Like they'll probably be 14, 15 in my mind,
I'd agree with that. I could see
or 13,
the
14.
the polls love,
Depends.
or the AP poll loves Alabama. I don't really know how cultural playoff committee feels about them. After
3 points
I
on
saw,
Oklahoma is actually insane.
because actually what I saw was like the first time, like since before the Saban era, that they haven't scored a touchdown in a game. It's crazy. And yeah,
Yeah,
against Oklahoma too is crazy. Ole Miss losing to Florida.
Florida
Honestly, like
next year they haven't lost a game with DJ Lagway as a starter.
yeah, I
I'm just
think yeah,
saying, next year
they're
they
gonna
could
and they're gonna
be.
like it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like they're gonna destroy Florida State. I don't know where it's at. It's gonna be Florida State.
I don't think it
I mean, it could
matters.
be in the swamp. Could be at Florida State. Doesn't matter.
Mm.
But yeah, no, Florida's looking really good. If they had a few more wins, same thing. Like I think that 3, and we were talking about this at work too. Another team that's on a roll, not gonna make the playoffs, so you probably shouldn't talk about them too much. But Kansas, dude,
Look,
Kansas has been
like I
on
said, that
fire.
was my dark horse because they're bringing back most of their team because they wanted that one last like senior, like let's go get it. And obviously it didn't work very well at the beginning of the year, but now they look like the team they were last year.
Yeah,
And that
I
brings
saw
up
this.
the talking point. My dog of the week.
Oh, dog of the week. All right,
He has this running back, Devin Neal, with 4 touchdowns.
shout out, shout out. Actually, wait, I watched that game. They said that guy's name a lot.
Yeah, he's good. He's not like draft good, but well, he might get drafted, but
There's a good amount of running backs in this year's class.
yeah.
And we'll get to Sean and I both have mock drafts that we're gonna get to later in the episode. But honestly, I think that we talked about the games. I think Ole Miss is like such an up and down team. You blow out South Carolina, you blow out Georgia, you lose to Florida. Like I think Florida's a good team, but like if you blew out Georgia, you should beat Florida. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Momentum's a real thing, and I think I'm really excited to see the cultural playoff rankings and see what happens. Um,
You know, it's
yeah, it's
also
gonna be.
interesting.
What's interesting?
Tulane's at 18. If they beat Memphis and then they beat Army in the group of 5 and say Boise State doesn't win, does Tulane get in over Boise State?
Who would Boise State play in the Mountain West?
I think last time I saw it was like Colorado State. It's bad. It's not good. Like they want to play a good team.
Oh,
Oh,
UNLV.
UNLV. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, UNLV's been
That
on
could
a roll
be.
too, also ranked. Now, I mean, no
Yeah.
matter what, whoever gets that spot, I don't think is going to win their game. But honestly, Boise State, I think, is the only team that has shown us that they might actually win their first game, depending on who they're playing. I mean, just because even when they played Oregon and it came down to like a last-second field goal.
Yeah.
So I think Boise State's in no matter what, unless they like get destroyed one of these 2 games. But also, who's to say Army's not going to beat Tulane? And then Army, I mean, Army's the real like dark horse in that scenario, where if Boise State loses another game, Army technically has a better record. I don't know if they put Army in after that Notre Dame performance.
I don't think they would.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's start predicting these games for next week. Rivalry week.
Ooh.
Clemson hate week, whatever you want to call it.
Put it on the FBS.
FBS.
Also, I think we should predict that first game right there.
Memphis
They're both 9-2.
yeah.
I didn't know Memphis was 9-2. Oh, Kent State could go unwinnable. And that's tonight. Oh my god. Wait.
I'm tuning in.
I'm locked in.
I would say we should predict that. They're definitely going to be unwinnable. They're playing 7-4. Wow.
Hey, we should predict it and have Matt just say that he picked Kent State.
If you were actually like close to us in like the record predictions, I'd say yes. But like he's already behind like by like 10
He's like
games.
11, yeah, 10 or 11.
I like. There's like no way he doesn't. Yeah. Okay. There's no way he doesn't lose it. All right. Oh, this is on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Memphis and Tulane.
I'll be watching it.
Depends on the NFL game on. I don't know the slate.
I think it's Miami and Packers at night.
Oh, that should be a really good game. I'll be watching that probably. I'll be checking the scoreboard. Since if we predict this game, I'll be like checking it for sure. So they expect to win by 2 touchdowns. Jeez. Okay. Memphis Tulane. I got nothing to say. I don't know anything. Tulane's ranked. There's a 14-point spread.
Okay, wait. Let's table this one. I didn't realize this spread was going to be 15 points.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, we'll
I will say real quick, like UNC, like they fired Matt Brown, and there's talks that they might go after Tulane's head coach. I could get behind that.
That could be good for you. Do you know his name?
It's like something Summel or Summel.
Summel. Interesting. Well, that's something I'm excited about in the offseason is like, and that coaching hires are something that usually gets done pretty quickly. Like I imagine they'll probably get a lot of them.
It has to be done quick because I saw like the transfer portal this year is only 20 days, from like start to finish. But if your coach leaves or gets fired or whatever, you get an extra 10 days. So starting tomorrow, Carolina players have like an extra 10 days to enter the portal.
Oh, the portal starts tomorrow?
Well, they get like a early, like if your coach leaves the day after, you're allowed to train or like
enter the portal.
You're allowed to officially enter the portal. Like,
gotcha. Okay. Well, interesting. Well, I'm excited to talk about like coaching openings. I think it's something we can do like maybe the week after the championships where like there's that opening of time where there's no games. All right. Anyways, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Honestly, let's go to like
game,
it's not bad. Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green. Honestly, let's go to like the games are actually like meaningful first, and then we can like work around that.
Oh, Georgia Tech, Georgia.
I want to pick Georgia Tech so bad, but I don't think it's going to be close.
You should do that.
Dang, Utah 4-7. That's crazy.
All right, I think we see 2 right here. I think I'm a believer. I think Vandy could do it, right?
I don't think they will, but I think they could. Just because I mean
Alabama.
Yeah, but they've been on like a they've been on a downward slope lately. Like they were
but we
high
need Tennessee. We need Tennessee to have 3
because
losses.
I agree. Like we overlook. I feel like Vanderbilt was getting overlooked, and they're still better than they have been in the past. But now that teams are actually like go in and prepare for Vanderbilt, I don't know. I don't. Also, Tennessee had that huge bounce back. Destroyed UTEP 56-0.
Wow.
Yeah. I would love for Vanderbilt to win. That'd be some straight up chaos if they won. But I gotta go with Tennessee. Going into
Mm.
Vanderbilt, going into Nashville. Oh wait, do they play? Does Vanderbilt first bank? Never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay. Tennessee. Give me Tennessee to beat
I don't want
Vanderbilt.
to predict this. Let's table that one.
All right, sick. Okay. South Carolina, Clemson. All right, I think we're all. I mean, I'm saying the Gamecocks. I mean, it's a 2-point spread, and I think they're just giving it to Clemson because they're the home team. I think it's pretty even, but honestly, I feel like I think it's pretty even. But
Yeah.
dude, okay. So last week, obviously, we both played. We played Wofford. They played the Citadel. Destroyed both of our opponents. The week before that, though, Pitt is not that good of a team, and Clemson won on like a fourth quarter 50-yard touchdown run by Cade Klubnik. Like it came under the wire. Pitt's been like terrible the last half of the season. There's no reason that game should have gotten that close. This is probably the best defensive line. This is the best defensive line, best defense Clemson will be seeing this season behind week 1 Georgia. But that's also week 1. So like you can't really count too much of what you see in September. So we don't have too many injuries. I saw today that Clemson has a good amount of injuries on their offensive line. I think South Carolina has been Lenore's supposed to be getting better every single week. I don't know too much about Kate Klubnik. I try not to look at him. So I mean his stats look really good though, 29-4. But like I said, I think it's the best
Yeah.
defense they've seen. Our offense is getting better. Clemson's defense I've heard is like hasn't been as on par as it has been in years past. So give me the Gamecocks, and I'd love for it to be a blowout. I'd love for it to be like by at least a touchdown. But honestly, I think it's gonna be a pretty close game. Like I think it's gonna be a game that comes down like I don't know, like 24-20, maybe like the Missouri game 34-30 kind of
I
thing.
hope not. Like that Missouri game was,
Dude, that was stressful.
yeah.
But honestly, at the same time though, like I mean, with our like it's a rivalry game, so you really never know. And it's at
Yeah.
Clemson, but it's at noon too. The last time it was at noon in Clemson. Shane Beamer is undefeated at Clemson Stadium. It's a fact. So
Is
I'm
it
taking the game.
only one game?
It's only one game, yeah. But
Oh.
I'm taking the Gamecocks, and I'm hoping it's not close because if we blow out them, scenario, if we blow out Clemson, Clemson could still make the ACC championship if Miami loses to Syracuse. Therefore,
I think
therefore they
Miami
go
could
to the
lose to
championship.
Syracuse.
They could exactly. I mean, we could predict that game if we want. Clemson loses that game. So Clemson would play SMU in the ACC championship. They win. We would have destroyed the ACC champion. That looks good for us. Anyways, yeah, I'm taking the Cox. I'm taking the Gamecocks.
Hmm.
I don't think I picked against the Gamecocks. Actually, no. I picked Alabama, and I was right.
Yeah.
Barely, though. But yeah, Gamecocks. Sean, who you picking?
I'm at. I'm not picking Clinton. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of said it all. Like, we're the best defense they played all year outside of Georgia, and they lost to Georgia.
They got destroyed by Georgia. What, 34 to
Yeah.
3, I think it was?
I think our offense is getting better. I think we got to make sure Raheem Sanders, little pocket rocket,
Hmm.
is doing something. Like he's got to be good. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think our stats are ever kind of wow you. That's why like they lead and everything. But like,
Yeah,
you just got to do enough to get the job done.
I agree. I
And,
think,
and, and
honestly, I think,
it's kind of be close, like you said. I think that I don't really foresee either team blowing the other one out. I think it's
yeah,
going to be like back and forth until the end of the fourth.
I agree. I mean, that's kind of how rivalry games go. I feel like they're always like down to the wire. Like everyone's in it to win it. So last thing I'll say too, like Lenore Sellers, like if he was playing, obviously it's taking time to develop, but like if he was playing this well throughout the whole season, his stats would. I mean, he has 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He missed a few games. Obviously, didn't play well at the beginning of the season. Like he could be. I'm excited for next year. All right, so we're bringing the Cox. Cool. All right, next game.
If Kentucky was better, that would be an absolute game to watch. That game is always
Yeah,
great, like from this neutral perspective.
yeah. I mean, honestly, Kentucky kind of took. I mean, it was close for a while in that Texas game, and
Well,
Louisville's been
that's
having
the
some on
thing.
and off.
Kentucky's defense is always going to keep them in the game, but when you have Vandergriff as your quarterback, he looks like terrible. He's
A lot of these rivalry games are just kind of like really one-sided. It looks like Middle Tennessee,
yeah.
Florida International. Uh, okay, this is crazy. There's like nothing that good.
You're gonna have to keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Do
we
you want to
should
do the Iron
do.
Bowl?
Should we do the Iron Bowl?
I think we should do both these games.
What Miami and
We should do
Syracuse?
Miami Syracuse. I
I'm not
Syracuse.
a do. I'm not a do Syracuse winning.
Okay. Dang, Kyle McCord has almost 4,000 passing yards. That's
Dude, they
crazy.
had like 500 last week against UConn.
Jeez.
And it's not like your running back's bad. He like has 800 yards. It's just why run it
Jeez.
when you can pass it?
That's true.
Mhm.
All right, Sean. I'll let you talk about this game first. You know more uh about Syracuse and
All
probably
right,
Miami than I do.
last
Big
time I was
ACC
full
guy.
supporter of big ACC guy. I might have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take a break now that North Carolina's probably gonna be garbage the next couple of years on a rebuild. But yeah, I'm a Kyle McCord. Where do I begin? I was his number one fan, and then he threw 5 interceptions, and I became a hater. And then ever since, I think he's only thrown 1 interception and like 12 touchdowns. So just one of those guys. You root for him, he kills you. You don't, he kills you. You know.
Well said.
Miami needs to win this game. Miami hasn't looked amazing in most of their games. The only issue I see is Syracuse doesn't have a defense. Miami's offense is actually good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. I want to predict this because I want to go to Syracuse, but the more I think about it, like they don't have a defense. Miami needs this. They need it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Miami just to play it safe.
Yeah. I would love to pick Syracuse, but like you said, like especially like I think if you're a team and you see the chaos going on around you as well of like Ole Miss losing, Bama losing, Indiana getting blown out, like you see how like realistic it is that like one game, if you like overlook it, can change everything. But like you said as well, like Miami needs like this isn't like Oregon going into play. I think they're playing Washington. They could lose
Yeah,
that game, be fine. Um, but no, Miami, like if they lose this, they're probably not in the playoff. Syracuse has nothing to lose. Miami has everything to lose.
no.
So
And I will say Syracuse first year head coach and they're 8-3. You take out
yeah,
that abysmal game against what was it, Pitt that he threw 5 interceptions?
yeah, it was Pitt, and look at Pitt now.
Yeah, like if I'm not saying they win the game, but like just say like he didn't throw, say it was like even game and they lost by like 2. Like Syracuse should be ranked, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that one game really gets people
I
hate
think
on
it
Kyle
like I
McCord.
think it gets really like blown out of proportion.
I mean, it was bad, but
Yeah, but you
um,
lose one game at the end of the day, it's one game.
no, I agree.
Lose
I
it by
agree.
1, you can lose it by 70. You're still a loser.
Good point. Good point. Is Kyle McCord, is he like a sophomore? Like he'll be back next year? I think.
I think so. I think he's a red shirt, like whatever. So like,
Yeah. So I mean, Syracuse. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm picking Miami though. Like you said, their offense. I mean, Cam Ward wasn't Heisman consideration for a long time. I think he still would be if Miami actually played good teams. But like when you don't play good teams and like you lose a game and you're not as consistent one game, it kind of Like those kind of things kind of go a long way versus like in the SEC. Hashtag love the SAC. SEC. Okay,
Mm.
that was weird. All right, Auburn, Alabama. Do we need it?
We'll table it. We'll table
We'll
it.
table it. We'll table it. We're tabling like we've tabled like 3 games. Okay, let's get
Mm.
to. You want to do
Ah.
NC State, North Carolina?
Oh God. I don't. I think it's gonna be a dumpster fire of a game. I'll be
UNC's
watching
predicted
it.
to win.
Yeah, but they're both bad. And now that we've fired our head coach, I don't even know who's gonna like want to play. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm down to predict it. Why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We haven't predicted too many UNC games this year.
Well, there's a reason.
Yeah.
I try my
Um.
best not to do this.
Well, you, you know, you know the most about both teams. So how about you give a little bit of insight? I don't. I couldn't tell you a lot about either team
Okay.
besides Mario and Hampton.
Both teams started out the year with a quarterback that's no longer playing. So that's step one into why they're both not great.
Wait, didn't the NC
Amarion, ha-
State and didn't the NC State QB like retire?
yeah, he got like his third concussion and just like
Jeez.
retired, which is
Grayson
fair.
McCall. Yeah, no, that's valid.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that's a tough decision to make.
Mm. UNC, like not even because I'm a fan of them, but Marion Hampton will be the number 2 running back in the NFL draft.
Shout out. He's in my draft. He's in my mock draft.
He's in mine too. But I think UNC's defense has been playing better, but then they turned around and got destroyed by Boston College. NC State has looked better in recent weeks, but they still are 2-5 in the ACC. I think it's literally a battle of like two of the most mid teams out there. I mean,
I mean,
their records are literally
their record
like,
is mid.
yeah. I think
5-6 versus
realistically,
5.
from a neutral perspective, you could pick either team and like you can't even like you won't know if you're right or wrong. You know,
Yeah,
like
I mean, I think this is a thing too, where like UNC's only favored because they're at home.
yeah. And I think
But
they have
I think
Amarion Hampton. Like,
yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I don't know too much about either team. Like I said, I'm gonna pick UNC. Sean, I'm gonna support you this weekend.
let's go.
Um, and also like the only memory I have of NC State was when they were ranked earlier in the season and they played Tennessee and got like
They got
absolutely destroyed.
throttled.
So
Yeah.
like that's kind of like lives rent free in my head when I think of NC State. We didn't really predicted a North Carolina game though, so I don't really have much to say besides Mario and Hampton. So
That's fair.
I'm gonna yeah,
All
I'm
right.
going I'm going UNC. I'm guessing you're picking UNC as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Okay, so we got 3 games, 3 left. I know one for sure. Have they announced College Game Day yet?
I don't know, have they? I'll look
I'm
on
sure
my
they
phone.
have. I think they already have, but I imagine it's this game.
Yeah.
Texas A&M. Of course, it's at
Oh,
Kyle
and
Field.
we're gonna do Kansas State, Iowa State. That's a
Bet,
big
bet.
game.
We'll do these 2, and then we'll go back to one of the ones we tabled. Honestly, I'm down to do the Tulane one
I'm down.
because actually, like a meaningful game.
Oh, it's at Texas A&M.
That makes sense. The only other place it'd be is Clemson, and I feel like we would have heard about that by now.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start. Texas A&M. If this was at Texas, I think this would be an easy pick. But honestly, A&M's a different team at home. We've seen that. They like are not good away from Kyle Field, and they're amazing at Kyle Field. And Texas, they're the only SEC team. Wait, what was it? They had the easiest strength of schedule of all teams in the SEC. And like, granted,
Yeah.
They've been winning them, which is good, except for the Georgia game. Like the one game they played, they didn't win, obviously. Oh yeah. Texas is the only team without 2 ranked SEC opponents in a season. In the season,
Yeah.
so something that UMass has more than they have.
UMass has 2 because they played Georgia and Missouri, I think.
Mm. Yeah, that sounds right. Because Missouri also had an easy schedule. So, and also like Texas played Kentucky, it was a little too close for comfort. But at the same time, I always feel like the week before your rivalry week, you kind of are looking far ahead. I think that's what happened to Ole Miss. I mean, you're not really looking at Mississippi State, but I think it's easy to overlook teams when you're in such a good spot and it's like an unranked team on your schedule.
Yeah.
But this game is like so meaningful for both teams. Uh, obviously, A&M has a good win. I mean, they beat Missouri. Missouri has looked decent now. Uh, Texas, I feel like they still need to prove themselves, and I feel like they are going to prove themselves this week. I think they have a lot. I mean, honestly,
Doesn't Texas A&M get in if they win?
no. If A&M win, they get into the SEC. Whoever wins this game goes to the SEC championship to play
Yeah,
for.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also it'd be better for South Carolina, I think, if Texas wins, because if Texas loses, A&M wins, then wins the SEC. That's a whole nother situation of like another team in front
Well,
of
then
us.
Georgia's an interesting team,
Dude, the whole
right?
SEC is like so off and on
Well,
this
there
year.
are
It's
two
crazy.
losses, but if they say they lose to Texas in the championship, then they're a free loss team.
Yeah, but at the same time though, like they beat Texas and lost to Texas, but it's more recent. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think Georgia would beat Texas. We'll get to that obviously down the line, but uh, I'm gonna take Texas. One, it's better for South Carolina in my eyes, and two, I do think they're the better team overall. Like they have a great defense statistically. Like I said, they haven't played too many games, but statistically, they have like the number one defense in the country. I think. Um, A&M, ever since that Marcel Reed game against LSU, everyone's like, this guy's insane. He's got the truth. And then teams were able to game plan for him, and he hasn't been able to do anything. So give me Texas to beat Texas A&M. A&M just lost to Auburn. That's terrible. Um, so give me Texas. Even if Quinn Ewers doesn't play, I think Arch Manning will get it done.
Yeah, I think Texas A&M, his quarterback issue, right?
Hmm.
Marcel Reed. I said it once, I'll say it again. You're a dual threat quarterback, but you only excel in one thing. You're not dual threat. You're a single threat. He can run it, that's good, but he can't
Hmm.
pass it. Texas is going to put numerous people into the NFL this season, after the season. I think, regardless who's at quarterback for Texas, they're better. Texas A&M, once again, said it every single podcast. They get their hardest battles at home, and that's what makes it
Yep.
close. Like if you
Yep.
put half of their games like flip flop, they're not going to be like remotely close in half.
Honestly, like
Um,
it's one of the. I mean, they call it the 12th man. It's like one of the biggest advantages I feel like that you can actually physically see of like a home field advantage.
yeah,
Like I feel people talk about other teams, but like it actually affects them like so much.
yeah. I mean, I'd be down to go to one of those games like in the future. I feel like that'd be fun.
That'll be
That
fun.
and like
I think we
Tennessee.
we play A&M again next year at Kyle Field.
Mm, I'd be
I think
down to
I'm gonna
go.
go to I'm gonna go to an away game this next year.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Kyle Field and then Dayland Stadium. That would be great. I
Oh yeah,
think,
Neyland Stadium.
yeah, just to wrap it up, I think Texas wins. I think
All right,
they'll win easily.
we've picked
I don't know. Texas
we've picked all the
A&M,
same.
yeah, but it's kind of, I don't know. Texas A&M, right? If they beat Auburn and they're 9-2, it'd be a different story. But losing to
Yeah,
Auburn, it's kind of concerning. Yeah,
yeah, and both these teams have something to play for. Like it's
yeah.
not the only thing. Yeah, both these teams have something to play for. Anyways, moving on. Kansas State Wildcats versus the Iowa State Cyclones. This is gonna be a good game. It's pretty
Hmm.
meaningful in the way too of Kansas State. I don't think can they can't make. I don't think they can make their championship
They can.
if Iowa State loses,
I think
Colorado loses.
Iowa State, BYU, and Colorado all have to lose.
Geez, chaos. I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be Colorado in the championship. Um, I don't know. I can't see. I think Deion's making the playoffs. So I'm picking Kansas
I
State to beat Iowa State. I think you can't go wrong either with these picks. Um, right now, like I'm looking at, I mean, stats. I think Kansas State has the better quarterback, as well as, I mean, They lost to Arizona State and Houston back to back. Not good. And Iowa State's 2 losses are to Kansas and Texas Tech. Kansas is a good loss, it seems like now. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of the Kansas State Wildcats. Every time I've picked the Kansas State Wildcats game, I've gotten it right, and I think that streak will continue. Kansas State will beat the Cyclones.
Well, I
Sean,
guess this is where we split pass. I'm going
Okay.
Iowa State. I think Iowa State has two. So historically, they've had like a run-heavy offense, a quarterback that can't really do a lot. This year, they have a guy who almost has 3,000 yards, 18-8. So he's not like that ratio isn't the best, but it's not terrible. And they have 2 receivers that I only know because I, put a couple dollars here and there on the weekends, But they have 2 guys that if you wanna throw down on the over, they're probably gonna hit 9 times out of 10. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be really close. But I do think Iowa State wins, and I think they make it to the championship game.
Bet. Okay. In that case, they probably be playing Arizona State unless they somehow lose to Arizona, who hasn't been playing too well. But you never know. Okay, last game, Thanksgiving game, Memphis, Tulane. I think we're gonna pick the same here as well.
You go on Tulane.
I'm gonna go Tulane. I mean, they are 15-point favorites. Should we pick this game?
Do you have another game in mind?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we'll pick this game. Yeah, so Tulane, all I gotta say is happy Thanksgiving. You're gonna win.
Yeah, wow.
And a guy that I work with's dad went to Tulane. So I have a reason to pull for them this year. Sean, thoughts?
I would like their head coach to be North Carolina's head coach. That's all I got.
That's all you got. Okay. So that being said, you're picking
Tulane.
Okay. So we're picking all the same this week except for that Iowa State game. But then again, there's not really big different game. Like, I don't know. Nothing crazy this week. All right. Now
I feel like the most toss-up one would be Clemson USC, but we obviously are not picking Clemson.
I agree with that. And I think Texas A&M, you can go both ways. But after that performance last week, I don't think there's no. I'm never about. Why would I pick? All right. Here's my mock draft. Haha, it worked this time. Cool. Nice. All right. Mock draft. Can you see other people?
That's a crazy way. That's a crazy top 7.
I think the top 7's pretty good. I'm actually really happy.
I meant like I feel like it's identical to mine.
Oh, actually? Okay.
Actually, yeah, no, I mean the top 5 is the same.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll talk about my picks. So, and you can like jump in whenever. I didn't do any trades just because like it's still in season. I think as we do mock drafts in the off season, we'll do trades. You can do trades if you want. I don't care, but I just didn't do them. And Travis Hunter is the best player on the board. The Jaguars don't need a quarterback, so it just makes sense to me for them to get Travis Hunter. He's listed as wide receiver.
That's debatable.
What?
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence is the answer.
Yeah, but they just signed him like $55 million a year. I think they're gonna.
Daniel Jones is about to walk for 20 a pop.
Fair. I think they're gonna fire Doug Peterson, and I think they're gonna figure it out after that. Yeah. But I mean, with Travis Hunter, he's like generational talent. I think.
Yeah, I mean, he goes number 1. Yeah.
Realistically, I do think they trade down and get some value, but not doing that. Then it's crazy. 2 Colorado Buffaloes in the first 2 picks. Shedeur Sanders to New York. I mean, we just saw Daniel Jones just got dropped. It makes sense. He's definitely the best quarterback on the board. From the things I've seen, because like when I was doing my draft, I was doing a little bit of research, got to do my thing. And yeah, once in a lifetime opportunity. People think that Cam Ward has a higher upside, but Shedeur Sanders, like right now, like, I mean, his rushing ability, he's more accurate passer. He's got the lineage. He's got the the
He's
NFL
got a
DNA.
song. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a song.
Yeah.
I feel like I could see Shador in New York, but at the same time, yeah, I could see him in New York. All right, and Cam Ward, the Raiders missed on a quarterback last year. Like all 6 of the quarterbacks went before their pick at pick
That was a
13, which
crazy
is
draft.
crazy,
Crazy.
crazy. So I don't think they were messing around this year. I think they're picking Cam Ward. Also, their starter is Gardner Minshew, and Gardner Minshew, I
He's
feel like
out for
has
the
not been.
season now.
Oh, he is. Yeah. So it's gonna be Aiden
He broke
O'Connell.
his
So,
collarbone. That's even worse. Aiden O'Connell.
ugh,
God.
yeah, really. I mean, the Giants and the Raiders definitely have the worst quarterback situations in the NFL.
I think they're the only two that are in dire need of a quarterback. Like I don't think anyone should trade up to get a quarterback. If you're
I
not
agree with
going to
that.
get like Shador or Cam Ward.
I agree because I think you could trade. I mean, yeah, exactly. Those are the only 2 guys you would trade up for, and I can't think of another team that would. Maybe the Jets, maybe the Browns.
I think the
But
Jets
at the
need
same
to get a
time,
quarterback, but at the same time, I
yeah,
don't think you get Milrow at 7. You don't
yeah.
need
Who
to.
who who are the quarterbacks next year? I mean, like, I don't even know.
What you mean like next year that are draft eligible?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'll look at it real quick.
I don't know. Okay, I'll keep talking. Um, the Patriots, Sean's team. I got getting McMillan. Did you have the same thing, Sean? You said.
No, I haven't gotten an offensive tackle.
Oh, which one? Kelvin Banks,
No.
Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell.
Okay. The only thing I saw with like Will Campbell versus Kelvin Banks is like 100% a tackle, and the Titans need a tackle. They said more than anything. So, anyways, McMillan to the Patriots. Drake May.
I would love McMillan on the Patriots. I
Yeah,
think
I think
6'5". I watched the game last week, or not this past week, the week before, and he just jumped up and like one hand grabbed the ball over someone and just like
dude,
scored a touchdown. Like you're
he's
not gonna
insane.
get another wide receiver that's like that.
Yeah, he's insane. He like and that's the thing. Like Drake Mays looked really good, and like that offense on paper is probably like the worst offense in the league. Like he has no help offensive line, wide receivers. I just think they need to get a playmaker. McMillan's a great playmaker. Obviously, they need O
Mm.
line help. Um, so yeah, Patriots, McMillan, Panthers, my team, my boys, dude. Bryce Young. Bryce Young's been looking good.
He has.
Like ever since he
I'll give him
ever since he got benched, like
props.
he's been like I was like I mean that game like he's like staying in the pocket, he's stepping up as like a guy's like going to hit him and he's throwing a dot down the. He's looking like Bama Bryce,
You know,
man, Daddy Bryce, man. He looks
I wouldn't
good.
call him that, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So I have us getting Abdul Carter. I think that's just like best player available defensively.
Yeah, you
Penn
need to
State.
revamp that whole defense right now.
Yeah, I mean we gave them all away last year. Didn't re-sign
The
anybody.
defense
Um,
is such an issue right now.
it's bad. It's really bad. So I think getting him is a good cornerstone piece for the team. I'd be excited with that. I won't talk about too many of the other picks. I kind of just want to do the top 5. I had
Mm,
Ashton Jeanty going to the Browns. Maybe too high. I could see him like falling, but Nick Chubb's on the last year of his contract, and the
no.
Browns have relied so much on him where I could see them getting like this once in a generation talent. And the
So
other thing,
what I did, I had the Browns trading back just because I think they need a lot more help than just one guy.
yeah,
Um, I had the Browns trading back to with the Commanders because I think the Commanders are in like a win now situation, and so I think they
really.
trade up and get like Will Johnson. I had him falling to 8.
Okay. Yeah, Will Johnson's gonna be really good. I think he's like a top 5 guy, but just because of his injury, like it's gonna have him fall.
Yeah,
Um, the other, I mean, I have the Cowboys getting Luther Burden. I think it's gonna be good for them. The other thing I want to talk about, I did have another QB in the first round, Jalen
oh
Milrow
shoot, I don't even see him down there.
to the Rams. Now he played
uh,
horrible last week, but I think Matthew Stafford, he's not retiring this year. So I think literally like drafting him to sit behind Matthew Stafford for a year, maybe 2 years. I think that'd be a great thing for him. A great team to learn.
yeah,
Like, and the Rams are run so well. I mean, Sean McVay. that offensive mind. Like I just think that should be a good pick for them. Obviously, they probably have more dire needs, but I think I could see that happening. Other thing, I have 2 Gamecocks going because I had to. Kyle Kennard
Mm.
to the Seahawks. Seahawks need honestly their offense has been good. I think it's their defense.
Their
I think
offense is. I like their offense.
yeah, me too. Jason, DK, Kenneth Walker's nice. So I think they're gonna get Kyle Kennard, edge rusher. Mike McDonald's gotta love the guy who's leading the SEC in sacks. And then
Mm.
TJ Sanders, I got going to the Texans. I saw they need defense interior help. So I got that. And then another one I'll highlight on is Marion Hampton, your guy. I have him going to the
Yeah.
Vikings. They need Aaron Jones has been good, but he's getting older. So I could see them getting Marion Hampton to help out JJ McCarthy when he comes back. So yeah. Sean, any comments you want to make? Any picks that you want
Yeah,
to talk
I
about you want
had
to make?
pretty similar looking at mine. Oh, the one okay, so I did have like a standout player that I wanted to highlight. And I don't know if you know him, but Stanford
Probably
has
not.
a wide receiver. I don't even know how to say his name.
Nice.
But he has like almost 1,000 yards this year. He's really good, but he's like really like under the radar. And I think I have him going 26. I don't know if he's a first round draft pick, but I
To the
think if he
Steelers?
does well, yeah, I think if he does well at the combine, I think he's one of those you put him with Russell Wilson and Mike Tomlinson. I think they
You
can
say
make it work.
you said Mike Tomlinson? It's Mike Tomlin, bro. Um,
Is it Tomlin? I thought there was
yeah,
like an extra. Oh,
that's
whatever.
Ladanian. Um,
Oh.
but but yeah, honestly, I like that pick because the Steelers could use some wide receiver help.
Yeah.
I think them and the Patriots probably have two of the worst wide receiver situations. But honestly, I kind of forgot to draft James Pierce earlier, and I got to the point in the draft where I was like, oh, I haven't drafted him. Steelers are draft best available if he's there. But honestly, I was thinking wide receiver, they'd probably get Trey Harris.
See, the issue is, I think Trey Harris just plays the same as Pickens, and
That's
I
fair.
don't know. I don't know. It seems like the Steelers, just from watching it, don't play a lot of two like downfield routes because you got Mike Williams, but they're not even using him. So it's like,
That's true. Actually, I forgot they had Mike Williams. Good point. Good point. All right. Well, on that note, I think that this is a good transition. Are we just you just want to jumble it all together? College football and NFL Thanksgiving special?
yeah, might as
Let's do
well.
it. Why not? Why not? So we're going to NFL. Um, not too much to talk about. I feel like with games that happened last week. Let me share my screen again with here we go. It was a good Monday night football game. John Harbaugh continues to own Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
He owns his brother. That's weird to say, but um, bom, bom. Lions are insane. Giants suck. Bryce Young's on the come up.
mm,
Honestly, okay, the most out there game, in my opinion, was Cowboys beating the Commanders. They're on a
yeah.
3-game losing streak right now.
The Commanders don't look. Something looks wrong.
They aren't commanding, man. Yeah, something does look wrong.
Yeah. Uh,
It's like they traded for they got Marshawn Lattimore to trade deadline. They're definitely on the decline. They're on pace now to miss the playoffs. I don't know who'd get
yeah.
in over them, but they do not look good. Uh, our team.
The Titans game was kind of concerning.
Oh, that as well. Good point. Yeah. Titans, Texans. That's crazy. CJ Stroud is legit sophomore slump.
You just lost to Will Levis and the Titans.
Yeah. And they put up 32 points on your head. Eagles look insane.
God,
Dude, Saquon,
Saquon
dude,
gotta be the MVP right now.
I saw this post and it was it's like there's two types of people in fantasy: people who drafted Saquon Barkley and people who lost their fantasy league.
Yeah,
He put up
Yeah.
46 points. Like it, man. I wish I had him in Dynasty or something. All right. Yeah, insane though. Insane. NFC West is a madhouse this year. It can be anybody. It's not gonna be the Niners though. Um. All right. Games to talk about. Oh, Thanksgiving slate. Okay. Bears, Lions, Giants, Cowboys. That sucks. Dolphins,
Wow.
Packers.
I know when I'm taking my nap on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, really. My recovery time.
Yeah.
All right. I think first game Thursday night. This would be a cool game to talk about, but the lines are just so good. Uh, Dolphin. Let me zoom in a little bit. Whoa.
Whoa.
Dolphins, Packers. This is gonna be a good game.
Oh,
Dolphins have been looking really
nice. It's
good.
on Peacock. Of
Let's go. I have Peacock.
course you do.
Ta. Yeah, get wrecked. This is gonna be a good game. I think both these teams are looking really good. Josh Jacobs had a 3 touchdown game last week. I played against him in fantasy. That's how I know. It was
I
sad.
also played against them.
Oh, you also? That's yeah.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
I lost both
Patrick
leagues this
Hunter.
week.
Yeah.
Did you? How'd you do this week?
I won Dynasty, which I really, really needed to win. And I lost again in the redraft. I was like one away for the last 2 weeks to clinch, and I keep losing.
That's tough.
Let me look right now where I'm at in the standings. Okay, I'm still. Oh, I'm tied with Patrick for second, but my points for are better than his, so I'm good.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh wait. Also, do you have like the scores, like the prediction scores for everyone this week?
No.
Okay.
Like probably
I mean,
for NFL or like total.
I know. Okay, I guess total, but I know I'm ahead by 5 games on the fans. You're down by 2 to the fans, and then Matt is down by 10 to the fans.
Yeah, I want to see Matt. Wait, Matt went. Okay, never mind. I wanted to see if he went like sub 500 in the NFL, but he did good this week.
Oh, okay, solid. I think we all have the same record in the NFL this week, actually. But
Yeah.
Dolphins, Packers. I'm gonna let you pick this one first.
You know what? I like the Packers. I think they're doing pretty good. Did you do a top 10 NFL team?
I forgot about that, but I can real quick.
Well, I did one, so we're fine. I mean, if
Okay,
you
cool.
want to make one, you can,
Did
but
you like? Did you
we
like
can like
share?
show
Did you?
mine. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
send
like
it
made a
to us.
physical thing? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. What? Can you pull it up?
yeah. But
Okay, cool.
I think the Packers are like doing pretty good. I like them, but I want to, I'm just gonna be different. I'm going Dolphins. I I think they're getting a lot better with
Oh
Tua.
yeah.
Um, I'm seeing a lot of issues though, right? They're playing at the 8-3 Packers Thanksgiving Day at Lambeau. It's 28 degrees. If it even rains a little bit, it starts snowing, and the Dolphins are from Miami.
Oh geez, I didn't even see that's 20 degrees.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Dolphins, but I'm not confident.
Nice. Yeah, I'm honestly the Packers have been an on and off team this year. I mean, it went to the wire with the Bears. They just blew out the Niners. Shows you the Niners aren't too good. Um, and the Dolphins have been on the come up. I mean, they're a different team with Tua's on the field. Their defense is decent. Um, but I think the Packers have a little bit of momentum after that Niners win. I feel really good about themselves. And yeah, you bring up it's 28 degrees. I think I'm definitely going to go with Jordan Love and the Packers. But I respect you being different this week. We got the Black Friday game. Not going to be talking about that. It's at 3
That's
p.m.
a
as well.
on Prime. That's like the most randomest like combo ever. I bet. Will I be watching that game? Yeah.
Yeah, I might. Brock Bowers. Dang, Brock Bowers leads the Raiders in receiving yards. Shout out.
744 yards from a tight end is insane.
Dude, having him in fantasy, I wish I had him in the dynasty. I Sam Laporta instead.
Yeah, Laporta,
Yeah.
shitter. I think we should do the Chargers and Falcons. That
I think we
sounds
should too.
interesting.
This will be good. Chargers I mean, they lost. They were on a bit of a win streak, I'm pretty sure, but they lost last night to the Ravens in a good game.
Ravens.
And the Ravens are a good team. Falcons. I like this team, even though it's like a Panther rival. Like, I mean, Kirk. You can't dislike Kirk Cousins. Bijan Robinson's been playing well. They're getting Drake London active, but the Chargers have like the number one defense in the league, and they're going to bounce back after that primetime loss to the Ravens. So, give me the Chargers.
Oh, you're
Justin
going
Herbert.
Chargers?
I'm going Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
Yeah, I think the Falcons are an interesting team. I think they should be a lot better than what their record is. Um,
I agree.
they got a lot of weapons, but they're just not like piecing it together. I mean, the Chargers offenses look really well with what they have. Their defense I still think is great. The last 2 weeks they've literally played the two best offenses in the league. So like their numbers look a little inflating right now. But I think this is a get right game on defense. I think the Chargers end up winning this game. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Chargers won.
Sick. Yeah, another thing I'll say too is J.K. Dobbins got injured in the Raven game. Crazy that like
Oh
he gets
yeah.
injured playing the Ravens, and that's like the team that he got injured on every single year.
Yeah. Something about
Feel
that
bad
team,
for him.
man.
Some of that team, man. So I hope he's okay. I also have him in fantasy, so that's another reason why. But also just like in general, that man is always hurt. So
I have him in
Chargers.
fantasy. I cried a little bit.
So do you want to accept that trade?
I thought about it. I'm not going to.
Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about it more too, and you may have noticed I actually I canceled it.
Oh, I can't
I
get
would
on
love
fantasy during work, or like I can't get connection, so like I don't see like.
I I would love Drake London, but I think having two really good running backs and Brees Hall and Jonathan Taylor is better.
Mm.
And also everyone's gonna draft running backs in the draft next year.
Oh yeah, there's
Anyways,
freaking 10 running backs that could probably start in the league.
yeah, yeah. I just hope that. Oh, you sure you don't want? You sure you don't want to trade Drake London?
I'm sure.
All right, fair, fair. All right, that does sidetrack. Do you want to do Steelers Bengals or no?
Let's
That's gonna be
table
a
it.
good game. Okay. Cardinals, Vikings, that could be a good game. We'll table that. Not good game, not good game. Not good game, not good game, not
I
good
feel
game.
like
This will be a good game.
Eagles, Eagles, Ravens, and 49ers, Bills.
Yeah, we can talk about this game, but I don't think
Have
it's
we
gonna be
only
close.
done? Have we only done one game so far? Right?
We've done two.
What have we done?
We had Chargers, Falcons, and Packers, Dolphins.
Uh,
All right, we'll do Eagles, Ravens. This is gonna be a good game, a really good game. The Ravens are nice with it, as we know. Lamar, I think, is the MVP front runner. Maybe Josh Allen's above him right now. I don't know, but he's been playing well. The defense has not been playing well, and for that reason, the Eagles are on like a 6 or 7 game winning streak. They've beaten some good teams too. At least I thought were
yeah.
good teams, and the Commanders, but they haven't been looking too good. So I am still going to go with the Eagles. I know this is the upset as like the away team, but I don't know. I mean, Saquon looks unstoppable right now, and if he is unstoppable, Jalen Hurts can chuck it down to AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. So give me the Eagles to defeat the Ravens, and the Ravens are gonna they're gonna keep falling in the AFC playoff standings. I think with that, but I mean they're good losses though, except for the Browns loss that wasn't good. But yeah,
Yeah. No, I'm going the same. I think the Eagles win. I actually love the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson's stat line. I feel like it's right now you're seeing the two MVP front runners, right? Lamar Jackson, Saquon. It's gonna be a really good game. I think the Eagles are just a more complete team. They've looked great in their like 7 game win streak. Right now I feel like I'm just not gonna go against Saquon. I'll keep going until they lose. You know.
yeah. I think that's this last week, but Eagles have the best roster in football. It's them and the Lions, and like it's insane. Um, Niners Bills. We can talk this game because it would be a good game, but I don't think Brock Purdy's playing, and the Niners overall have not been looking good. So I'm definitely taking the Bills in Buffalo. Looks like it could be snowing.
Oh, if
So
it snows, the 49ers are.
they're done.
Nah.
So give me Buffalo, and I think they're winning it. The spread's a touchdown, which is crazy. You don't really see that too often, but give me Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm also going Buffalo. I think I don't know, they look really good. We keep saying it every week. They're making do with what they have. Like it's not like they don't have one person that's like, wow, like that's the guy outside Josh Allen. But they're collectively just playing as a team, and they're using everyone. Like
Yeah,
there's not, like Matt Collins has gotten a touchdown in two of the last three games, which is like insane. Like
shout out Matt Collins. And
he
also,
has his
dude,
own like he has a TikTok channel where each month he does like a different like this month I think was like DIY. So like he'll like at home remedies to do things instead of like having to spend money.
oh, cool, interesting. I've seen his. I do see. I have seen that he has a TikTok, but I didn't know that he does like it's themed like that. Um, hey, shout out Mike Collins. I think his career
Mm.
got revived in a way. But when you play with such a good quarterback, for one, and two, like in a way, the Bills like they couldn't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, so they kind of like made themselves the Chiefs. Bunch of mid wide receivers, a good tight end,
Mm.
and a good defense.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think that them getting rid of Stephon Diggs has been like so good for Josh Allen, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm giving Buffalo. All right. I think the next two games we should talk about definitely Cardinals Vikings, and I'm thinking Steelers Bengals. Do you have another one of mine?
I think that's good. Unless you
Cool.
want to talk about the Bucks and the Panthers.
Ah,
I
uh,
don't know. Like after that last week, I feel like I'm not saying the Panthers will win, but it looks a lot more intriguing.
I agree. I mean, I'd be down to talk about it.
Did you want to predict it or just talk about it?
We can talk about it. We can talk about it. I'm picking the
No.
Panthers no matter what, so we can just pick it. I mean, we can just talk about it.
Okay.
Actually, we'll talk about that now because okay, Panthers Bucks. Honestly, if we were gonna pick this game, I I'm gonna pick. I would pick the Panthers no matter what, but I'd be very good about picking the Panthers. Feel good about picking the Panthers if Mike Evans wasn't back. Um, because I mean we've been looking good. Chuba Hubbard, Jonathan Brooks only had 2 carries in the game against the Chiefs, so
Chuba
really didn't get
Hubbard.
to see what he can do. Chuba, Bryce Young looks like an absolute madman out there. Like he looks insane. Oh yeah, Sean, would you trade Xavier Leggett?
Um, I consider it. I consider it.
Bet, cool. Okay. Baker
Z-
Mayfield.
Xavier Leggett for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. I'd trade him for Trey Benson.
Ooh, no,
Oh, actually,
I don't. No, I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
all right.
I'll
That's
get my
basically a
people
no.
to contact you.
That's a no. But all right, what just happened?
Dude, you just messed it up.
I think I hit refresh. Oh no, I hit the Bucks somehow. All right. Yeah, I mean I don't really have too much to say to be honest, but give me the Panthers upset win here.
See, the thing is, I don't think it's like out of the wheelhouse. I feel like it's a possibility. Mike Evans is back for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is going to win comeback player of the year, right? Is he eligible for that? Most
But I don't think it's gonna be Baker.
most
I think it's gonna be.
improved, is that a award?
It's not.
Oh,
But
he's
Baker was
got to win
good towards the
something,
end.
right?
Baker
Like,
was good last year though.
yeah,
I
but
think
like, uh,
I think comeback player of the
he
year has got
can't
to be
he can't
J.K.
go
Dobbins.
like, yeah, that's fair. But he just can't go like unrecognized, like
I mean, he is. That's
that's
happened to
not
Drew Brees
okay.
every year.
Yeah, well, he's got a wife and kids. He's all right.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield has to sue his family. You see
Is that an
that?
actual thing? No,
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah, yeah.
no.
His dad and his brother own a company, and they like wired $12 million from Baker Mayfield and his wife for their business needs. And like Baker Mayfield and his wife did not like give them permission, so they're suing them. So it came out like yesterday, the day before. Everyone in the comments is like, that's gonna be awkward Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. That's gonna be crazy, like suing your parents, suing your dad.
Well, it
But hey,
happens.
also it's crazy. Like the Panthers are getting better, but the tickets are still as low as $18.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's 44. 44 for a primetime game. I guess it's Monday night, but oh wait, here we go. 15. Okay, never mind. It's not too
The
bad.
Superdome being $15 is insane.
That's pretty wild. All right, Steelers Bengals. It's gonna be a good game. I think the Steelers are gonna get a bounce back win though. Division games are always good. I think the Bengals. I don't see them making the playoffs anymore. Especially if they lose one more
No.
game, there's no way they're in. Even if they
Yeah.
win out, they might not make it still. But the Steelers are way too good on defense, and their offense is manageable. Russell Wilson plays well. So, and Najee Harris has been doing really well as well. So, I think the Steelers are going to win this game, take down Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Sean, thoughts?
Just because I want to be different, I'm gonna go Bengals. I
I
think
don't hate it.
kind of what you said. I think they can't lose. Like they literally can't lose. They play in a division with the Steelers and the Ravens, and the AFC also has Chargers, Broncos
Mm-hmm.
as like second and third place teams that I think could make the playoffs. So like
Yeah.
you can't like 10-7. I don't think it's gonna get you in this year. Like you got to win.
Yeah.
So for that, I think the Bengals are kind of play a lot more hungry than the Steelers. I think the Steelers are a great team. I'm not like I think Steelers will be in the playoffs and I think they'll do good. But I think the Bengals in this random week in the year are in dire need of a win, so they'll play more hungry, and I think they'll win.
Fair. Respect. Um, all right. Last game to talk about Cardinals Vikings. Honestly, I think this is gonna be a pretty good game. It's 3-point spread, 3.5-point spread. Cardinals have been looking good up until last week, where the Seahawks defense finally got everything together.
Are my Seahawks back? I was really high on them. They put together back to back like 15 points or less outings. That's the defense I thought would show up.
Mac McDonald. I mean, it's new coach could take us a little bit of time to really transition in.
Matt did say the scheme is difficult to comprehend. I don't know how he knows that, but like,
the scheme. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he knows a lot about it.
I don't know what he does in his free time, but yeah.
He goes to the Bahamas.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm jealous.
We are working individuals and can't afford that. He is in college. So what's wrong with the American
It's senior year though.
That's fair. We did go to Europe, so
we did go to Europe. That was fun. That was a good time. We should do that again.
That was great, dude. I'd be so down.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Would you want to?
Oh, should we go to Europe real quick?
Yeah.
Bet.
Cool. All right. Cardinals, Vikings. I'd love to pick the Cardinals, but the Vikings have been looking so good. Sam Darnold's a beast. Justin Jefferson. And honestly, I hope they get Jordan Addison the ball more. That really helped me out. Actually, I still lost, but I mean, that was crazy the amount of act.
Oh, you lost in the lead that you had Addison?
And Waddle, yeah.
Wait,
I went up against Jameer. I went against Jameer Gibbs and Josh Jacobs. Justin was taunting me the whole time. But
that he did a thing where he taunted every single touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that when he beat me.
Yeah. For someone that's losing in the league,
he loves talking his stuff.
Yeah, he does. I mean, his team name's literally David's daddy.
He really.
Anyways.
I'm
picking the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings too. I think the Cardinals are all right. But I think the Vikings right now are 9-2. They have all their offensive weapons active and healthy. Their O line needs to get a little better. Keep Sam Darnold little help here, but I think they'll do enough to squeak by and win.
Sick. All right. Well, and that's all we got for this episode. You got anything, Sean? Anything else?
Not really. No.
All right. Well, hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving. I know a bunch of y'all tune in because Thanksgiving
Oh wait,
special.
wait. All right. Before we log off, what's your number one Thanksgiving dish that you're looking forward to?
Oh, okay. Um, My mom, I don't know if she's gonna make it this year, but she used to make this like green bean
Casserole.
casserole kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bussin'. Um, Actually, no, it was green beans with like fat back, which is like pork. So like they're soaked in it. So just it like makes the green beans like really good. I'm honestly not a big turkey guy, so that really, yeah, green beans and mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes
Like
are good.
regular mashed potatoes, or y'all get like yams?
Any mashed potatoes. I mean, Sydney's mom makes really good mashed potatoes, so probably that. Yeah. What about you, Sean? What are you looking forward to?
I'm a fan of green bean casserole. That's my
Mhm.
my mom asked like what I wanted, like what's one thing I want. I was like green bean casserole. I do like stuffing. Stuffing's good.
Really? I'm not a big fan of stuffing at all.
You're not? I feel like it's like a commodity. Like I'm not gonna get it like on a random Wednesday and like cook it.
Well, yeah, you're also not gonna get green bean casserole on a random Wednesday.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, like even if I like, I'm not like I'll probably get like a little bit of the of stuffing. Try it every year just to see if I like it, and most of the time it's no.
Yeah.
Or actually, every time it's no. Um, yeah, yeah, cool. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're thankful for y'all. We're thankful for standing on sports, and like, comment, subscribe. Tell us in the comments if you're still listening. What's your favorite side dish? And
Yeah.
with that being said, keep standing on sports. Peace.